Good evening. We are live on Facebook. This is the Army Reenlistment Team. We have Sergeant First Class Samantha Block, Staff Sergeant Shante Waterbury. We have two team members missing tonight. Some of them are COVID related. Some of them are some personal reasons, but they'll be back on here next week and in the follow-up weeks. So we're going to get the retention bonus team or the Army Reenlistment Team on here so they can explain to you about the Army's retention bonuses. We can talk about the new bonus that's released, the effective date, and all that good stuff. So, Shante, I'm going to start with you. So, if you can tell the audience what is the basic eligibility criteria for getting a retention bonus.
So right now, the basic eligibility to be able to get a retention bonus is to either be within that 15-month window before your ETS, or simply if you have to meet a service remaining requirement for a set of orders that you have been placed on.
Okay, and that makes sense. So when it comes to the new retention bonus, so is there a specific rank that soldiers have to be to get a bonus?
Right now, we are eligible. We are allowed to re-enlist all the way starting at a PFC, going all the way up within the enlisted ranks, as long as they are not going to be put past their 20 years.
Okay, so PFC, check it out. You may be eligible to re-enlist. If you are, check out the Army Reenlistment page, go to the bonus section, and go see your service and career counselor because they have all the best information. So now the current message is displayed down here. This is the current bonus message in effect until 1 February.
Right.
What are some of the major changes when it comes to the new bonus message, Shante? Could you maybe show your screen and talk about that?
Sure. 1 second. So right now, I believe there was a better slide that we had right there. Perfect. So effective 1 February, the following MOSs that you see listed on my screen, those MOSs are expected to see a decrease. We didn't get very specific on this because this is a great opportunity for you to go see your actual servicing career counselor at your unit. But this is quite a big list of MOSs that are going to be affected. So it is definitely advised for you to go see that career counselor tomorrow, anytime, ASAP. And with most career counselors, you can just call them or you can message them and they will be able to help you out right on the spot and let you know what you need to do to qualify.
Hey, great point. And we're going to go through a list here and show them, this is the actual list of bonuses that are going down or going away. So if you're on this list, please see your service and career counselor immediately, message them on Facebook, I don't know, TikTok them, whatever you got to do, get in contact with them, make sure that you're being, you're given the right information. And listen, Shante and Samantha love questions. So if there's any retention related questions, bonus questions tonight, please ask them away. We'll make sure you get on the screen here and they'll answer the questions live for you. So next page, this talks about what, Shante?
This is pretty much just breaking it down specifically MOS by skill level all the way. So on this screen, you're going to see the reds. Those are the MOSs that are decreasing. Whereas in the green, those are going to be the MOSs that are going to be increasing.
That makes sense. And what does maybe for 11 Bravo, what's a DML 10 mean? Do you know what that means?
Right. So if you see a DML specific number or letter combination on your bonus, on your line, that, for example, the 10M, that stands for 10th Mountain. So 11 Bravos that are assigned to 10th Mountain have a different bonus available to them.
So definitely go see a career counselor. If you're assigned to 10th Mountain Division, climb to glory. Mm-hmm. Or if you're on assignment there, you may be able for bonus as well. So definitely get involved there. And really, I want to give a shout out to the ForceCom retention team. They put this together for us, so we're going to use their information for the site, and it's useful. So definitely go to the ForceCom retention Facebook page for a lot of information when it comes to retention bonuses and really anything retention related. Hey, Sam, I know some of the questions that we have about bonuses lead to, let's say, people that want to change their current job, current MOS, to a one with a bonus, or maybe an Sfab, how can somebody, what is the qualification for that person to change jobs and get a bonus?
Okay. All right. So for soldiers who are wanting to reclass to a different MOS, if you're looking at the bonus message, there's a few things that you have to look at. So if you're not, one of the things is strengths. If you are in an understrength MOS, you're not going to be able to possibly switch out of that. If you're, it's different for different categories. We have, initial term soldiers or mid-career soldiers. That would be a difference. If you're a mid-career or a careerist soldier, you're not going to be able to switch if you're in an understrength MOS, point blank. Initial terms, we can request for you to reclassify in an understrength MOS. However, HRC is the final approving authority on that. Also, if you're wanting to get a bonus, the new MOS has to be offering a tier 3 or higher bonus in order for you to receive that. And that bonus is not automatic. You have to complete your training for the new MOS prior to receiving that bonus. So
that's a good point, Sam. Can you repeat the question, the point again?
So if it is a tier 3 or higher, you have to complete your training, meaning graduate your training prior to receiving that bonus. In the event that you do not complete training due to injury or whatever the case may be, you will not receive that bonus. And the Army does not have to pay it because you did not fulfill your obligation of finalizing your reclassification.
And that can be for any reason. So just so you're aware, you can re-enlist today for an MOS and a bonus, a future MOS training bonus. But if you don't if you don't go through the training and get the MOS, basically, you won't be qualified for the bonus. So that's a good point. And there's a couple questions, and one may be for you, Shante. He's asking, why were 35 series MOS removed from the Sfab bonus and only available for 35 Foxes? Do you know that?
Right. So with all these bonuses, they are paid to you based off of the need of the Army. So you have an MOS, for example, because I came from an artillery unit before I went to the Sfab. We have our 13 Foxes. They are an important MOS to keep, but yet they're hard to retain. So the Army tries to incentivize them. So if you look at the Sfabs, when we originally did the Sfab bonus message part, we had included lots of different MOSs on there because we were hurting critically to fill those jobs. Our other 35 series right now, we're healthy. We're good on them. But those 35 Foxes that you're asking about, we're still needing to recruit those. So if you know people out there that are looking to join the Sfab and are 35 Fox, please send them our way. But yes, if you also notice on the bonus message, sometimes a specific location bonus may go away, but that could be because the MOS itself has an inventory bonus. So sometimes the Army tries to offset those bonuses, but at the end of the day, they're based off of the need. How bad do we need those MOSs retained right now?
And that makes sense. Joshua Corbin has a question for you. Another Sfab question, because Sfabs are very hot, very popular. Are there bonuses for Sfab for an 89 Bravo? Now, before we answer that, I can share the screen again and maybe pull it up for him.
Perfect.
So Joshua, go ahead, Shante.
So if you look at our actual website at ArmyReenlistment.com into the bonus section, you will see that we've outlined the current message and the incoming message that's going to take effect on the 1st. But right now, the Sfab does have an 89 Bravo bonus, and going into the 1st, we will have one for the 89 Bravos. Of course, that's dependent on your skill level, but without getting too into the weeds right now, because I don't know your rank, right now we do have bonuses going and coming.
So it looks like based on the screen we're showing here, Shante, 89 Bravos with this SQI or skill identifier 3 for Sfab has a bonus for sergeants and staff sergeants. Can you explain, let's just say maybe this is a specialist promotable or they want to go to the Sfab. What's the SQI 3 mean to someone that's not in the Sfab?
So if you see that SQI3 on there, that is your special identifier. That is for being a CAT-C, the Combat Advisor Training Course, trained. And in order to do that, you have to be down at the Fort Benning course and graduate from it. With that one, what's pretty special about that bonus, even across all of the different MOSs we have listed, is that when you get ready to come to the Sfab, if you need to re-enlist, we can go ahead and put that bonus in your contract without you being SQI3 graduated.
Oh, wow.
However, like Sam was saying earlier, it is a training bonus. So you won't actually get paid that bonus till you graduate, but we can definitely still get you that bonus.
Good information. And sorry, Michael Chambers, sorry about your luck when it comes to 92 Fox NCOs, no bonuses. But a question came across from Alexi. What about going to an application MOS, Sam? Do they get bonuses as well?
For application MOSs, it's the same as other MOSs for regular reclassification. If they're being offered a bonus for your skill level and it's a tier 3 or higher, yes, absolutely, you can get that bonus that's attached to it. You could re-enlist today, having been accepted for that application MOS, and we can lock in the bonus if there's one being offered for your skill level, and then turn around. Once you've completed training, you will be paid that bonus within 30 days of graduation.
I think another important fact about that too, I talk to my soldiers about it sometimes as well, because with those training bonuses, depending on the MOS or the application MOS that you're going into, sometimes that training can be with, 6 months away, maybe even a year, depending on what MOS or for example, the 18 series, that pipeline can take quite a while. So don't be afraid about losing your bonus, because no matter if your training will graduate or have you graduating in a month versus a year, you're contracted that bonus. So as long as you graduate, you'll get that bonus.
Good deal. And Sam, looks like you have a fan club here. So David Timmons says, "Hey, Sergeant First Class Block."
Hey, Sergeant Timmons.
Hey, so back to the questions because they're coming through real fast. So it's saying, he asked, can you go SFAP if you're outside of the reenlistment window, and do you get a bonus? Great question.
That is a great question. So yes, you can go SFAP at any time. Window or outside the window does not matter. And as long as you are not meeting that 36-month service remaining requirement. So if you don't have 3 years left on your contract and you are going to go to the SFAB, you can be at 2 years and, months, and you're just barely missing that 3 year. As long as you're missing that 3 year, we can definitely re-enlist you and get you the bonus that's available at that time. And
definitely talk to your service career counselor for specifics. That way there's formulas that say, hey, this is how close you are. But a question came in here from Jonathan Morgan. He asked, now, Sam, this may be for you. I'm not sure. Is the formula for SRB bonus taxes still 25%?
Last I knew, Matt, it was still 25% if you don't have the state income tax. Anytime I'm doing a bonus for any of my soldiers for whatever they're getting, I always just do the 25%. Depending on the state that you're in, you may get a little bit more. I know some states have done 22%, so you may, but 25% is around the ballpark average of what you're going to end up receiving.
And maybe
after taxes.
Maybe soon we'll bring on Mr. Brandon Race. He's the Army's bonus guru. We'll bring him on for specific talks and really get some information out there going. So I like that. We have a couple more questions coming through here. How does careerist soldiers going in def look? This is from Levi Rodriguez. So if you're in def, what do they get for any kind of retention bonuses? Who wants to answer that one?
So if you're already in def, you get thank you for your service, and you get a nice smile usually. But that's for the harsh going in def, that's a different conversation.
So there is no bonus for going in def specifically, but if your MOS has offered that bonus and you have less than 11 years or 10 years, you can get that bonus to go in def if your MOS and skill level is offered, right?
Right.
Correct. And most likely you'll maximize that bonus if you are going indefinite, because most of those contracts are probably over 60 months long, probably looking at the 60 or 70, 80 range of months. So you'll maximize that bonus if you're being offered one. I just did 2 careers today, actually, who went in def.
But you would be surprised though, because I've seen, there's some people that do maybe like 6-year contracts within, their career. And I've seen some people that I was very surprised that they're, 15 years and just now going into the career status program.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hey, Nico has a question. Sam, this may be for you, so I'm going to throw this one to you. Any bonuses for those that are going drill or recruiting duty?
As of right now, Nico, nothing for drill that I'm aware of. Recruiting, possibly. But that would be if you are reclassifying to become a recruiter. So with that, you would have to do the duty as a recruiter prior to reclassifying to 79 Romeo. If you're doing, it's called a conversion bonus. And if you're going to switch and become a permanent recruiter, 79 Romeo, then you could possibly get a conversion bonus for switching, but you have to do the detail first.
And let me speak from experience here a little bit. If you go into the recruiting world and you want a career after the Army, talent acquisition is a huge industry. So those that say that recruiting the Army is not a good assignment, it's a great assignment. It's what you make out of it, but that can lead to a lot of great opportunities when you get out. So consider that as you go. And it looks like, Shante, this one's for you again, because Sfab is very popular tonight. If you re-enlist for an Sfab, with the SRB bonus and actual contract start, when does the contract start? That's a good question.
So we'll talk Sfab specific. So that contract starts the day that you actually sign and you do that oath, and and it's confirmed. So that's why most people, I don't know, when they're talking to their career counselor and they're like, well, Sergeant, I only need 3 years. Right. That 3 years is from the time that you report to your Sfab, but you're going to still need some time before you report. So you'll re-enlist for, at least probably, let's say, for example, 4 years. That contract will start that day of re-enlistment.
That makes sense. So listen to that. As soon as you sign their name and you swear the oath, that's when that contract takes place. Now, Joel asked a question: are there any plans to increase bonuses for 25 Delta to retain them? I'll answer this one, if I may. So we can't give out what's being planned or not planned. That's not who we are. That's HRC. That's Mr. Brandon Race. That's the team retention branch at HRC. We don't have that information. We don't get information before it comes out. If we did, we wouldn't show it anyway. Sorry about that. No, so we don't know. But if we can get the experts on here and talk soon, they still wouldn't give out what's gonna happen when it's released. We'll know. So stay tuned. And Shante, another question here for Sfab, because I'll tell you, it's popular. How would a National Guard soldier switch to Sfab?
So you won't actually have to switch to an Sfab. So right now, the Army has the 5 active duty brigades, but we also have a National Guard unit that's spread out in a couple different states. So with that one, the 54th Sfab is actually our National Guard unit. So they have a Facebook page that you can contact them on. And they are very, very fast responders, and they can let you know what you need to do to be able to join their Sfab.
Perfect. So here's one for both of you. Jonathan Morgan says, it breaks my heart that I rarely, if ever, see 790, which is the Army Career Counselor, get bonuses. They should be offering career counselors bonuses. Listen, this is not about career counselors. It's about the soldiers.
Right.
So if as a career counselor, if you want a bonus, please talk to ForceCom Retention, because they can make things happen. And of course, the Army can always change that. But really, there's a lot of people want to be career counselors in the Army because it's one of the best jobs that we have. I had that job for over 15 years, and I loved it. Just know that there's so many people that want to backfill us. The need isn't there And there may be other pays that's being worked, Jonathan, but hey, hang in there, man, and keep taking care of your soldiers because they need you. All right, we have another question. Well, we have a comment here. Canis, my recruiting packet was accepted. My branch manager denied me the opportunity. Unfortunately, that's how it goes sometimes because your strength MOS has override, let's say, a recruiting MOS. So that's one of the downfalls. Another question from Archer. Can I do a reclassification from a balanced MOS to another balanced MOS or over strength? Sam, this may be yours.
So it's really dependent on the policy at the time. And depending on what category you fall into, the possibility is there to go from a balanced MOS to another balanced MOS or an under strength. Under strength is always going to be easier because the school seats are probably going to be more relevant. Unfortunately, due to COVID right now, a lot of our school seats for many trainings have been canceled or rescheduled. So reclassing at this point is very, very difficult, but it's not impossible.
A good answer because COVID is affecting everything. So we've been on here 25 minutes so far. Hopefully we've answered some of the questions you have. We gave you some guidance on the new retention bonus message that's effective 1 February. So you have about 2 weeks and 2 days to get to your service and career counselor, ask them the questions you have to ask them, make sure that they're aware and you're aware of if your bonuses go up, go down, or go away. Because this is the last time. The Army was going to implement this last Friday. They pushed it because they wanted the information out there a little longer. That way service members can make their families can make decisions based on the current information. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to take a few more questions and we'll hang up for tonight. And we'll come back here hopefully every week, but we'll see how it goes. Here's a question for maybe Sam. She may have answered already. So Shanta, you answered this question already, but try it again, though.
Okay, Chad. So if you see that DML 10M on your line for 11 Bravo, that means that bonus specifically is for an 11 Bravo that is signed to 10th Mountain Division.
And I'll share the screen.
Right.
Also.
And like Matt was saying earlier, for the second part of your question, are we going to see larger bonuses for the 11 Bravo staff sergeants and above? Unfortunately, we do not know that. We are really great at pushing out information. However, we are not privy to the future information as far as, what bonuses are going to look like going to the future. But as soon as we know that, we'll definitely put it out for you guys.
Again, we don't share secrets here. We share information. If HRC doesn't put it out, Army doesn't release it, we can't either. So that's just the way it works. Sorry about that. We wish we could do more for everybody. Alfonda, can my unit push my class date to next year if I were to reclass to 68 Lima? Do you think that's more of that might be more of a service and career counselor question, Sam?
Yeah, I've dealt with this situation actually, and I'm sure Shantae has as well. So if we lock you in to a school date, into a training date, your command team would have to go through the retention channels, go through the career counselor to submit a request to defer due to operational deferment for deployment, whatnot. But it's through retention. What some units may do or think that they're supposed to do is go through the S1s. However, if it's a retention requisition for anything, PCS or training, you have to go through retention. Retention will submit it up through to HRC, and HRC is the final approving authority on it. So they will determine whether there's going to be another training date that you can go to that they can put you into, and to assist your unit. Yes, your training may be deferred, but if there's no other school date, HRC will deny it because there's nothing else that they can put you in.
Hey, great information, Sam. That explains a lot for everybody right now. Shantae, this is for you because your recruiting retention team. They say great information. So shout out to Shantae for giving great information on the Sfab specific stuff, and Sam for talking about training bonuses. This is where it's at. if there's people that want to come on here, join the conversation, whether you're a retention specialist or career counselor, retention NCO, we wouldn't mind having you on here to talk about your unit's retention program, even the old guard. Hey, come on here and say what you offer as well. Listen, this is a retention website that works for the people we serve, which are the service members and soldiers and their families. So a lot of great information here today, a lot of questions coming through here. A lot of thanks to Sam and Shante, even from Korea. Well, I'll tell you, you guys are making a hit tonight. So are there any final thoughts that you want to share, Shante, for the group?
Well, shameless plug for the Sfab. After this briefing at 1900, we will be also going live on our Facebook page for a recruiting brief. If you're interested in joining the Sfab, as you've seen, the bonuses right now are looking pretty great for the Sfab. So now is definitely a time to take advantage of that. Definitely go see your career counselors. Even if you're not in your window, or you don't have a reason to reenlist, go see your career counselors. Go get to know them, let them get to know you, and form that relationship, because it is definitely very important to have something like that in your unit. But yeah, that's it.
Hey, great information. See your career counselor. Sam, I love the layout you have tonight. Looks like you're in a spaceship, you're a gamer. Looks like. Any final thoughts to the Facebook fans?
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for taking the time to watch us. I did want to add one thing. I noticed a question from Michael Thomas, and I just wanted to clarify it for retention in general. If you are reclassing through retention through a reenlistment option, you do not have choice of duty station. It's one or the other. You either pick your location to PCS2, and that is your option, or you pick your training. And if you pick training, the Army, we can ask for a wish list, but the Army will ultimately determine where you're going to go off of the need for that new MOS. But that's the last I wanted to say about retention for bonuses in reclassing. But thank you all for watching us tonight, and I hope that you guys got some good information. And like Shante said and Matt said, definitely see your career counselor. If you can't, get a hold of them or whatnot, there's always multiple career counselors at every location. Reach out to Army Reenlistment. We will do the best we can to assist you in the right direction that you need to be in. But don't be afraid, especially right now, because a lot of people will be losing their bonus on the 1st. So get in there now while you can. Definitely.
Great information, Sam. Thank you very much. And if you want to be a career counselor, again, it's probably one of the best jobs the Army has to offer. Go see a career counselor, see if you're eligible. If not, see how you get eligible, because listen, this is the great family we have right here. And even after retirement, I still love being involved, showcasing the Army Reenlistment Team, Sergeant First Class Block, Staff Sergeant Shante Waterbury. We also have Master Sergeant Tim Donahue that couldn't be here tonight. And who's the other guy we have here in the team?
I think he's Facebook famous. What's his name?
Yeah, we have a Facebook famous guy here.
Sadler guy?
Yeah, AJ Sadler. So, hey, we may actually come on here Tuesday evenings instead of Wednesday evenings based on some schedules. So look for us. We'll definitely put the information out there for you. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you for tuning in. And again, send us your questions and comments. We'll answer them as soon as we can. So again, team, thank you very much, and see you soon.